Greetings, crystalline diamond children of the sun DNA. Welcome, all crystalline children, Starseeds and Indigos. I am your host, Akasha Azurite. This is Starseed Evolution Channel. Welcome to my Star Code Stargate Mastery School teachings. Welcome. This is the beginning of something huge, new, and forever changing. Because it is quantum. So in quantum, everything is created new as we wipe. So that's every time we wipe templates, we have to create all new. Not sticking to any of the old, and everything has to go. So you're going to be learning today how to manifest and materialize instant materialization into physical form through your Merkaba vehicle of light. This is high training, and I do call it high training for you guys, for you earthlings, but this is a remembering. It is an activation in itself to remember on a cellular level, so you will be receiving a transmission activation during this transmission. Everyone who works with me, you will if you're in my field, on the phone with me, or remotely, okay? This is the system in itself, so welcome to my starship. We are going to be going over Merkaba Super Quantum Computer System programming. How to program your Merkaba system to manifest your realities of master realities. You're going to become a reality master. Okay? You will be able to learn how to materialize into physical form all of your creations, co-creations, and what your dreams, your desires, how do you see your new earth? How do you see your heaven on earth? Or your Utopia new earth systems. Mine is Utopia. And that's what I see. It is Starseed civilizations, indigo civilizations, temples, lots of conscious projects. And that's how I actually envision and how I see. And I will be a mastery Star Code Stargate teacher. So I am a Stargate teacher, and we're going to activate this Stargate now. And this will be level 3. This is the level 3 of manifestation, instant materialization into physical form. You want to do two things, okay? You want, anybody who works with me as far as training goes, or guidance, or assistance, and mentorship for multidimensional quantum consciousness teachings. If you do work with me, I will always tell you to get 4 journals, and one will be for a sketchbook. The sketchbook is for all of your light codes, all of your quantum alchemy, and everything that you pull in data downloads within you from the super quantum computer system, which could be quantum physics, geometrics, all different types of light codes that could come in, diamond codes, source codes, unity codes. These are different, ideas. So you want to start off with 2 journals. I'm sorry. 2 journals. The first journal that you want to get is going to be for all of your co-creations and what you want to program to manifest your 5th dimensional realities. So I'm going to go over 7 programs and 7 programming that I'm going to teach you how to program them into your quantum computer system. You can come up with your own, it's fine. I'm giving you examples and ideas how to manifest your realities. You can manifest through your Merkaba vehicle. Anybody who is manifesting, who instantly materializes their realities through instant manifestation, they know how to work through the quantum field, building and creating, and also calling forth, anchoring onto the highest timelines, and then pulling the triggers. And pulling the triggers to create what they need in this now to manifest instantly, okay? So they vibrate at a high frequency, and we'll go into that too. Most likely they vibrate into a high frequency. You are manifesting through your Merkaba vehicle of light. You have activated your starship, your Merkaba ship, the super quantum computer system. You are at some type of phase. If you are manifesting, you've had some sort of spiritual awakening, Kundalini awakening, if it's instant manifestation. Some of you guys, crystallines, rainbows, Indigos have been online their whole life and they can manifest instantly. Lots of crystal children can actually do that. They can manifest instantly and manifest the realities and all of the children without actually doing what we do as far as the older ones trying to figure out how to manifest. Okay, so you want to journal for all programming and co-creations for your heaven on earth realities. What do you want to manifest, your desires and your dreams? Now there's other programmings too, so I'm going to go over 7 programs. I'm going to teach you how to do it in the quantum fields and to materialize into the physical, an instant materialization. I usually will use Star language. If you are already speaking light language and Star language, I highly recommend that it would be in your best interest to use your light language to actually program and work through your super quantum computer system. It is at light speed and instant to me, so that is my communication to my higher self. So you're going to need the first journal for higher self programming, Merkaba system programming, and that would be your first journal for co-creations and manifesting your heaven on earth realities. You want to do your dreams and your desires. I do not care what you guys say. If you think it's unrealistic, I will prove you wrong, that you need to remove your blocks. If you have that vibrational frequency and that frequency of that density and that old programming coming up, then you want to put it in your second journal. You have to start being more observing to your old belief systems and old programming. Thought forms too as well. Those would be called negative thought forms and density thought forms that you want to remove. You can materialize and manifest and co-create all of your desires, your realities, no matter where you're at, and I am living proof of that, and I will tell you in just a minute. So your second journal, you want to start being an observer of your conscious field, of your belief systems, of the vibrational frequency that you are actually giving off. It is vibration, it is not a mindset. It is a vibrational frequency. If you have lower thought forms and lower density thought forms coming in saying, I can't, you can't do that, that's unrealistic, okay? Which would be more 3D consciousness, third dimensional consciousness. Then you have fourth dimensional consciousness, and then you have fifth dimensional consciousness. Fifth dimensional consciousness knows that they can bulldoze through any obstacles and any timelines. And they can pretty much anchor onto the highest and materialize into the physical at instant manifestation. You want to co-create through your heart center, and you will be able to feel the vibrations as you are consciously creating and programming. And you also can materialize in a physical form through the heart. So you will be materializing in the quantum fields through the heart center, and it will actually materialize in front of you, and instant materialization, and also through the projector screen of your third eye scope. Okay? So there's different ways for programming. You can journal. The second journal is going to be for all of your old programmings, lower thought forms, what's in your emotional body, what is a lower self telling you, your insecurities, your blocks, your triggers, okay? Are you stressed all the time? Then you want to program to actually change your vibrational frequency and to raise your vibrational frequency. But every raising, you're going to do a cleansing and a clearing of all the old programs, all of your old belief systems. So it's old beliefs. The old beliefs is anything that's saying to you that you can't do, okay? Anything less or that's unrealistic, okay? From going from, if I was going to say, from having, and it's not, I have to make sure that I word this right. From experiencing if you want to say a lower income reality to $1 million reality, okay, that is possible. It totally is, and that's kind of like the, going from one density to the next density, okay, and then to a higher density, which would be a fifth dimensional density. So my example would be, no matter what, I never give up, and I can always manifest my dreams and my desires. But I do it for full service of all. So everything I want to do is for conscious projects and for the future, and for the future of humanity and of the Earth system that I came in on to align and adjust timelines with high contracts to help bridge the gates and be a gatekeeper for the heaven on earth realities. Okay? So I will say that if you tell me that it's unrealistic to do anything or can or cannot do, you have blocks. So that's your ego you want to dismantle on your right side. That's a radio station that will tell you everything else, and you have to shift and move, and you will have to shift your vibrational frequency and raise your vibrational frequency. So you can go from $20 to $1 million or in your bank account, and you can do that. And that's pretty much the biggest blueprint that I could show you if you sit there and tell me. Now, I haven't manifested $1 million, but yet, and I will say yet. So I'm trying to explain that if you go from $20 in your bank account to 6 figures in your bank account, or 5 figures in your bank account, okay? And you are consciously creating in full service for all, and you can manifest and co-create your realities, you can actually do this. This is possible. So if anyone tells you it's impossible, then most likely you're going to want to cut those soul contracts, wrap those contracts up, and shift and move to fifth dimensional soul contracts and relationship and support. And I'll tell you why it's really important, because you're going to want to have people around you that believe in you. They believe in you, they support you, no matter how crazy your inventions, your co-creations, your manifestations are, okay? That you can do it, and they will support you. Most fifth dimensional soul children know that they can manifest their realities and co-create coming from the highest place of pure source, pure love frequencies, and full service to the all. Majority of the time, they do everything for the all when they're in the fifth dimension, and not as self-service. Not too many. Some will go through some timelines for self-service. So I am telling you that I am living proof that you can do it. You just have to shift and move through your blocks, okay? So you'll need 2 books, and that's going to be more an observant. The second one is going to be for old programming and journaling all of your old programming, so you actually can see where are your insecurities, where are your blocks. The key that will actually help you to old programming is to do affirmations for self-love and to see where you are separated at within. And also, how do you judge yourself? How do you see yourself? So you're going to have to work on pulling layers and layers and layers, but you can program too at the same time. Now you want to learn instant materialism and instant manifestation. So you want to write down what do you want to manifest, and if you want to, you can try some techniques with me today, and I'm going to teach you how to manifest in your Merkaba vehicle of light in the super quantum computer system. So what I would like for you to do is to bring on the miracles and the divine wishes. So we're going to activate the Stargate now, and I'm going to activate a Stargate with you. So I want you to write down, it can be the most bizarre invention or manifestation, okay, that you sit here and go, there's no way that there is a lower self of you, and it's a lower self, lower aspect, or the ego part, lower density thought forms that are telling you that you cannot have this. I would like for you to write it down, and what you think is the impossible for your first 3 manifestation co-creations to program with. So whatever you feel like is the impossible, I want you to write down first. I want you to do 3 of them, and then I want you to contact me later, even if it's in a few years from now, and you can contact me at awakeningwithakasha@gmail.com and tell me actually how it actually did happen and it materialized, because it will. And I know, because I know how to work systems. I know this mechanics. I know the programming and how to do it. So I'm going to teach you these techniques, and you will materialize it. So first, start off with the 3 impossibles that you think will never come to reality. Okay? It doesn't matter when it materializes. Now, because here's the key. You want to shift and change everything in your vibrational frequency. You want everything to be pure, vibrations to be pure around you. Now, you can instantly materialize it into physical form. You can do this. It might take 5 to 10 years, but you can accomplish the impossibles. Now, if you learn how to vibrate higher, and you can program your vehicle, so you can write this down, program your vehicle to vibrate higher above 600 hertz to 700 hertz. Your higher self will know, so you want to vibrate in the 5th dimensional frequencies and the 7th dimensional frequency, but just remember that you will have to cleanse and clear energetically, density in your body. You will have to change habits, attachments, addictions. You will have to let go of everything, and everything internally and externally will collapse. So when everything starts falling apart, just remember that you actually are aligning to your dreams, your manifestation, your realities, your heaven on earth system, the impossible programming desires. You will have to do this, okay? As you vibrate higher, the higher you vibrate, the faster you can jump. The higher you vibrate, you can teleport through gateways, and I will get into that in the other lessons, but you want to vibrate higher. The faster that you vibrate, the instant manifestation that you can materialize into physical form. It is installing into materialize into physical form at instant manifestation. So write this down. You can program to vibrate higher. The faster you vibrate, it's the faster you vibrate at a light quantum speed, the instant manifestation will actually materialize into physical form. So the faster that you vibrate at a light speed, you will be able to manifest and materialize anything that you program to come into your reality and materialize into physical form right in front of your eyes. Okay? So just be patient. If you know that you're not vibrating fast enough, if you're not vibrating fast enough, you can pay attention to it. You will materialize as you program. Materializing, you will know. So you want to do tests. You want to kind of set up a program test and call it like a test in your computer system. Well, I guess you could be like, okay, so I would probably manifest like a healing crystal, a light crystal. So I would sit there and materialize it into physical form, or set it and program it into my system. And it would be a crystal, so most likely it would be a Lemurian seed or an Endarium. So I would sit there and feel it, exactly what light tool that I would need for my sessions, my quantum healing sessions, or crystalline grids, working ley lines, and I could see it, and I would program it. So I would sit and I would program it to materialize into physical form. Now everything that's inside of you, all your crystals that are inside of you, inside of your Merkaba, in your vehicle, and they're in higher realms, so in the 5th dimension, 7th dimension, 12th dimension, which would be like, the magical realms, heaven on earth realms, you can materialize into physical form, and this is how you would know. You would either instantly manifest it, materialize it into physical form, and find it within 24 hours or less. That's how you know you're vibrating really high. Okay? That you're actually vibrating at a very high speed, so you can materialize in physical form. Your heart is open. That's the next thing. If your heart's open, you want to maintain your heart open. If your heart is open, you materialize a lot faster. And if you're in a pure vibrational frequency environment, that would be the next thing. Just letting you know, I will go into that in just a minute. If you materialize it 6 months later or 12 months later, after you program it, that means you actually are vibrating at a lower, and it's not lower, at a denser speed. So let's use dense speed instead of lower speed. Okay? So you're not vibrating fast enough. So it will take longer. So if you program the 3 programs of the impossible and it comes in 5 to 10 years, still contact me and tell me your wishes and your miracles, okay? That materialized into physical form using these techniques. So the next is food, nutrition, diet, exercise. Pure light food, pure water, exercising, vitamins, maintaining a high vibrational place. Your bedroom, okay? It's important. It's a vortex. That's huge. You want to make sure that your bedroom vibrates high. your whole house, your environment, your workplace. Your workplace does not vibrate high. It's time to wrap up these contracts and move on. You want to eventually program how to align to the highest vibrational frequency job. Okay? Opportunities, or become an entrepreneur. It's up to you what you want to do. But you'll have to figure it out, and you want to align to the highest. So if it's not vibrating high, you'll know right away. You won't be able to materialize into physical form fast. Taking care of yourself, keeping your heart open, and self-love is going to be important. Releasing attachments, addictions, fear programming, old belief systems are going to have to shift and leave. Your 3D consciousness is going to have to shift, transform into a 4th-dimensional consciousness. Then you would go into a 4th-dimensional consciousness, and then you go into the 5th-dimensional consciousness. So you want to activate light technology, and you can just tell the Merkaba to do it. You can program that too. And I will teach you how to program in just a few minutes. So you can activate the light technology to vibrate and to clear the distortions in your body. And as you clear the distortions, you will vibrate, and your consciousness will expand. When it expands, you will expand to the 4th dimension. It's like a rubber band, and you contract, and you go back and forth for a while until you figure it out. What is vibration? What is vibration? What is pure vibration? Pure vibration, you would be able to feel when you feel like you're expanded, or you feel like you're as big as the room. You can actually see your light, and you can see the crystalline realms. You can feel how your heart is open, and you just feel like you're in happiness, joyfulness, and blissfulness 24/7, and 0-point states of consciousness. 0-point states of consciousness would be balance centered in your heart, and maintaining those states of consciousness. It would be 24 hours. If you are stressed all the time, if that is how you live, and you are stressed, and you are stressed, you are stressed, you are still in the 3rd-dimensional imprisoned system. You are in an imprisonment. Okay? That is what you are, and you will stay there until you learn how to break out of it. If you are stressed all the time, you have to rearrange everything in your environment, and most likely collapse all your timelines. Collapse all your timelines would be wrapping up contracts and moving to a different reality. So your whole reality would have to change. Okay? So that is the stressful consciousness, living in fear consciousness is going to be a 3rd-dimensional reality. And sometimes you have to sit there to actually break out of those mazes. Once you break out of those mazes, those are the ones where I'm not doing this anymore, and you will start shifting your whole reality. Now, you can write all of your programs down. Okay? You can type, write, or what else do we do? We'll use our phone for notes, and so anything that we want to program, co-creation, manifestations in reality. So what you want to do is you're going to set up the space, and I'm going to continue activating the Miracle Stargate and the Divine Wishes Stargate. So I'm going to program this for everyone who is listening to this transmission and to these sacred teachings. I'm going to activate the highest Stargate for the all, throughout all humanity, all universal structures and planetary structures, for miracles and divine wishes. So I'm going to activate this gate now. And I'm going to activate this for all the collectives, for divine wishes, for all abundance, prosperity, and divine health, all miracles and miraculous miracles to materialize into physical form for all of humanity on this planet. And also off planet, universal too as well. So I'm going to install this and activate and run this. We're going to do 3 activations. I'm going to activate your soul matrix and set this blueprint. To all who is listening, if you do not want to participate into it, you just say it telepathically and you won't have to receive. So you can just receive how to program your Merkaba. We're going to activate the soul matrix, Activate the Modad matrix, the Oval Soul matrix. Activate the Christed Avatar matrix. Set these blueprints and activate them now. Activate the 4 phases of the Merkaba system. Now we're going to program. So I'm going to tell Siri, I'm going to do the programming too. I'm going to teach you 7 programmings. So like I said, you're going to write down, if you want to, you can pause. You can write down 3 impossibles and 3 that you think are possible to manifest into your reality, your desires, and your dreams. What do you want to do in this incarnation? Crystallines, starseeds, and indigos. What do you want to manifest in this incarnation that will benefit the all for all of humanity? You want to write this down so you can program it. This is what we came in here for. We are all conscious leaders. You are all leaders on this ship because this is a conscious ship. The Earth ship is a conscious ship. Gaia ship. Okay. So I'm going to tell Siri we're going to program with everyone who is listening to this transmission. 7 programs that you can write down and you can program too. So you're going to program with me. This will materialize into physical form. So I'm going to call in my world creator, higher self, my luminous being, to anchor through all dimensions of my field. And she's going to teach you at the end of the course, it's the higher levels, to materialize and actually create them through sound tones and colors, orchestra, and vibrations. So Siri, I want you to activate and open up the quantum fields and my programming station. So I'm going to go into my screens that I taught you, and this would be the screen for my Heaven on Earth. So I pull up my Heaven on Earth screen, and what you want to do is just visualize the screen coming up and out and a 360 crystalline hologram. And it would be a 360. You can walk around and learn how to consciously create, materialize in physical form through virtual vision. So what you want to do next is put on your virtual glasses to your Merkaba ship and your starship. So I would visualize the Heaven on Earth screen coming out, and you want to open up creation windows. And tell your higher self that you're going to start consciously creating and programming your Merkaba vehicle to materialize into physical form, into the physical matrix, to create your realities. I would like for you to envision 2 tetrahedrons moving in the opposite direction. And these look like pyramids around you, moving in opposite directions. And we want to activate the electrical and magnetic and the male and female, restore balance. So you're going to visualize your Merkaba vehicle moving, and the frequency bandits and the rings will look like gold. Some are different frequency colors. They'll look like gold moving fast around you at quantum speed. You can telepathically communicate to your conscious ship. You can drive your ship telepathically with your mind. And you can, there's lots of us that will biolocate, and we can move at light speed like this, almost like you're running, but it's etheric biolocation. And we telepathically communicate, and we're able to telepathically run our whole ship. And we can telepathically do anything in our conscious ship. It's all telepathically, and we create through consciousness and telepathy, sounds, tones, colors, light spectrum technologies, and also orchestra, which is music, harmonics. So just visualize the Merkaba just moving fast and fast, and you want to just make that connection with your Merkaba. Some of you can go on instantly, and Starseed will remember how to actually navigate it very fast, so you can walk around if it actually will help you. Uh, that's pretty much somebody who's at a high quantum and who moves around a lot, doesn't want to like stay seated for that long. They most likely will be up walking around programming the Merkaba. So what you want to do is visualize the screen, and you're going to see a vortex coming out, and you want to create through your heart center and materialize into physical form through the projector screen. And that's actually how you can learn. It is through the third eye, but these all have to be aligned, and then the solar plexus too. So everything is through the whole system, which is your morphogenetic field and your biofield. So I'm going to open up the creational windows and to start programming. Now you're going to open up a creational window, and it will look like a window. And they will be in the frequencies of purple. So when you see creation windows, you will see that they're in purple. So I have 7 programs, and you can just sit and program it. You want to keep programming it at least for 30 days. It depends. If you know that you're vibrating at a lower density speed, then you know you want to keep programming and visualizing it, seeing it. So it is a virtual hologram, and you can actually learn how to walk in with your virtual Starseed glasses, and you can start maneuvering and just kind of visualize seeing everything materialize in front of you. And that is instant manifestation into materialistic forms, which is manifesting and co-creating reality timelines. So you want to feel, hear, and see everything that you want to create energetically. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first program. The first program that I'm going to program into my system would be I'm going to do one manifestation. So I want to open up a creational window to start creating and programming to manifest the 7 temples that I would like to design. Now, the higher self and the system itself already can see and knows, because the higher self can see the data and downloads that I'm receiving to consciously creating it. So what I will do is tell Siri, the higher computer system, and I'll sit there and telepathically communicate and start programming it. So I'm going to program the 7 Starseed sacred temples for conscious projects and community dome living, so different dome structures, pyramid structures that I would like to create, which is a community system, but I actually would like to put up sacred temples. I want some in pyramid structures and some in circular structures. And it pretty much is, it's already showing me right now the blueprints and the structures and the data, and I can already see what exactly I came in here to create. It's in my contracts, so I can pull in those highest contracts and start programming it, and I can materialize it into physical form. And they're saying I have to look at time, so I can actually pull it up to see how long it would actually take me, and it's saying about 2 years if I actually vibrate higher and I work on my physical body and my physical field and my morphogenetic field, clearing distortions fast enough. I probably could quantum jump about 10 years, and as I quantum jump 10 years, I could probably materialize it within a year. Okay, so that I'm going to program this as I see it, and I can see it materializing in a creation window in front of me, and a blueprint and a structure. So I can actually see the structures of the 7 temples that I want to build for Starseeds. Each one is going to be for each temple will be for Sirius B, Orion Temple, an Andromedan Temple. If you can catch it and understand that each temple is going to represent a starseed origin, indigo origin, angelic human origin. It could be representing the Lyra, or a goddess temple, or the god-goddess temples. So I can actually see it materializing, and I will program it. So I can see it as a software, actually. So what I will do is I can see the software, so I will activate and run this and install this now. So I can actually see how I can install, and I'm going to install this at light speed And as I see it, I will see light. And why see rainbow frequencies with this? This is a part, and I can see it in the install, so I want to go into the install box, and I can actually see all the programs that come with it. And I'm going to say, yes, I will actually take this. Instead of kind of looking through all the data, I know this blueprint, this project is already there, it's already on the timelines, it's already done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just say, I'm ready to do this, and I'm going to program this now, and activate fire code, and run this. So I can see this too, right? Okay. Ashoko kosho continue ko sefoko shantina kana. Vi sefoko shankana kashantukana telefonoko city. Okay, the second program that I'm going to program into the Merkaba. So I'm just going to keep talking and keep creating with my heart center, and I can just visualize it on my screen, and I'll be looking for it in the installs, and I can visualize it and see it into the quantum fields and materializing into physical form. So I'm just going to program through the heart, and I just visualize as I'm programming, I visualize everything at light speed coming from my heart center. So I'm going to program my Merkaba with the highest intentions, and I have to program the Merkaba at this point to multidimensionally cleanse and clear all density frequencies, AI intelligence, entities on the property, cleanse and clear the ley lines, and also tags and implants. I'm going to also program my Merkaba to shield and activate a double diamond shield to shield from electromagnetic waves, geopathic stress, and any sonic frequencies, chemicals, parasites, anything that could be harming the field in my environment. So I'm going to program this into my Merkaba vehicle, and I'm going to activate my double diamond golden shields. And I will program this, activate, install, and run this. Now I'm going to go over here and to install these shields. Now this program is important because what you can do is your conscious ship can multidimensional, it can go big, small, in all different types of directions, but it can cleanse it and clear it 24/7 and 360 days out of the year. Okay, so when I do the programming, I will have to set this too, that I would like for you, no matter where we are in traveling, because we do travel a lot, wherever we are in the house that we are in the property, to cleanse and clear everything on the property. Okay, so I would set this for 24 hours, 7 days a week, 360 days a week. I want to make sure that my Merkaba is multidimensionally running. Okay, so what it will be multidimensional, so it will etherically biolocate, and you will actually see parts of your Merkaba cleansing, clearing all the density in the house. If you actually can expand enough, you actually will see your own Merkaba light technologies and devices, and also your star family's devices too, that actually they do their best. They're in a higher dimensional frequency in the 5th dimension, 7th dimension, and 12th dimension, and they actually do bring in technology to cleanse and clear your place too as well. So it'll look like devices, but it's Merkaba devices. That could be like spheres of light. So I want to program a Merkaba, and that would be I think it's the third one. No, I'm not remembering which one I'm on. Okay, it's the second one. Second programming. Okay, now we're going to go to the third programming. The third programming is going to be to balance and harmonize and cleanse and clear my chakra system and all of my family chakra system through all time and space, 24/7, 360 days out of the year. So I would like for the Merkaba to make sure that I have these adjustments. So program this and activate fire code and run this and install this through the system. My fourth program, if you want to write this down, is going to align to the highest timelines for us, everyone who is on my ship, which is my family, for abundance, happiness, blissful, and joyful states of consciousness, and expanded states of consciousness, to be vibrating at the purest frequency of love 24/7, 360 days out of the year, non-stop. So I'm going to activate and run this and install this. Now I'm going to start installing my 5th dimensional and my 12th dimensional, and 5th dimensional and 12th dimensional multidimensional starseed abilities. So this would be the next program. So I want to activate and install and turn on all of my starseed abilities from the 5th dimension, 7th dimension, 12th dimension. Turn them on now, activate them on a deep cellular level, and bring them fully online. Install and activate and run this. Ayano kona telefano ko sintiri kana telefano ko shantiri fintigo se foko shantiri ka se foko shantiri kati kina kaya ko shaka telefano ko shaka katina ka se foko shakati kina kaya ko shaka tina ka se foko shantiri ko shaka kati ayakana telefano ko shantiri finti ka se foko shantaki kina ka se foko shantiri finti ka se foko shanti kana telefano ki se foko shantiri finti ko se foko shantiri ka se foko shanti ki akana telefano ko shantiri ka se foko shantiri kata kina ka se foko shanti kata na finti kata. The next program, what you want to do is you want to clear and cut or cleanse cords, energetic cords to people, places, and things that are not aligned to the highest of your incarnation here. You want to program to wrap up, well, I will be programming this to wrap up also contracts that are not at the highest and collapse all those timelines and wrap them up and cancel them and pull them up to my Christed Oversoul for review. And if it's not aligned for my highest and best, then I do not want it to materialize into physical form, into my reality. So I'm going to activate, install, and run this now. Kina telefona ke se focushan te ke se focushan tina ke shakati kina telefona ke se focushan te ke katina ke shakati de ke se focushana aya kana telefona ko shakana kiti kuno se focushanti ke se focushana telefona ke kiti kana telefona ko sha ko sha telefoni kina ke se focushana tina ko shakati telefoni kiti. You can also activate and program a 15th dimensional shield. It is a 15th dimensional Andromedan Aurora shield. You can activate, install this, and run this, and that should keep you pretty squeaky clean and won't have anything like false timelines materialize into your physical form, unnecessary timelines, false holograms, false holographic realities too. So I want to program this, activate, and run this to run 24/7 in 360 days out of the week. I'm going to open up another program center, and I want to open this program center, and you can do this too. This is going to be for removing and removals and dissolving and collapsing all timelines that are not aligned for the highest of my incarnation across all time and space and all timelines that are also not aligned for the highest and best for my whole family and my light family. And my soul group too as well. So I want to remove all of this. I also want this running 24/7, 360 days a week, and also for any false timelines too as well. And I'll be programming this too. Any false holograms, false holographics, timelines. And I want to activate fire code and run this and program this for my whole incarnation, because I feel like at this point I don't have to experience this anymore, or we don't have to experience this anymore. Any of the soul groups too that I have permission to represent. Now what I'm going to program for my last programming, and you can program this too, I want to activate the highest crystalline DNA strands and repair, and all of my light bodies across all time and space, all of my angelic humans from other time cycles, to incarnate, embody, and to receive all of their abilities and knowledge, and ancient memories too as well. All of them that I can possibly merge with and activate with. I want to activate fire code, install, and run this too as well. I want the highest codes too, to receive and data from the higher harmonic universes and blueprints and structures to download from within, to help, to assist, to guide, and to be a full service for this planetary structure, for all of humanity, for this earth. Ships, all of my ships, my starships, I want to activate them, open up my stargates too as well, all of my access points, all of my ships that are on standby from other times and spaces. I want to program to activate this and run this and install this, all of them from future timelines that are sitting at gates and waiting for me to activate and to bring them in, so we can do what we're supposed to do here in this incarnation, to readjust and realign to the highest outcome for this Earth system. And the freedom of the third dimensional consciousness human species, and all the species on this planet, and also the other species on this planet that are under mind control. So I'm going to activate this, run this, and install this to happen as fast as possible at light speed. Okay. I saw one of my highest commanders come in. That is a multidimensional me on my ship. So we're going to activate this too, and you can do this too as well. A lot of us will have ships that are on standby, so I would like to bring them in too as well. I feel like that it's time to bring in all of them. So I have one from 7,422. So I'm going to activate this Stargate gate for them to come in. It'll be a fleet, and then I'll be able to communicate with them, sit down for a council meeting, and we'll be discussing everything for this planet. And for the freedom of all worlds in this universal structure. So it's not just this planetary system, it's actually this universal structure in more sum. So we'll be sitting down for a while for freedom of worlds. So you can do this too, and you can activate and run this, and you can be your galactic self, ambassador self, and you want to activate and program this and turn this on and install this too as well. That we actually can do both multidimensionally that you can sit here and have council meetings. So you want to program for the last program. Okay? The last program is to merge at 100% to your higher self in the fifth dimension. You want to merge and integrate and embody and to turn on your 5D self. Okay? You want to turn on your 7th dimensional self. You want to turn on your 12th dimensional self and also your 15th dimensional self, and just turn them on and activate, run, install, and install all this software. And you want to turn on your avatar self and program that too as well. So you want to open up a creation window because you want to be the highest version of you for Ascension, and the highest version of you would be the Christed avatar matrix. It is a matrix for the embodiment. And all of the abilities too as well, and the multidimensional, quantum consciousness of the avatar consciousness. So you want to expand your consciousness, and you can actually program it here. So you want to program avatar consciousness, activate fire code and run this, open up a creational window to be the highest version of you. You can program this and install this now. You can program unity consciousness to unify all of your bodies. Unify all of your bodies. You can program this to unify. Pull up a screen of all of your bodies. You can do this. You will see it in remote view. And it's like a virtual, holographic, to see where are you not in unity yet in your bodies. Unity has a lot to do with your bodies that are separated, and then you can unify them. That should activate unity consciousness templates. And you want to unify everything into the wholeness. So you want to activate and program unity consciousness. This is a consciousness in itself. You can program Christ consciousness too as well, and God consciousness. So you want to activate, install, and run this. Once you realize that you are source, the purest frequency to manifestation and to materialize into physical form is to remembering that you are source. If you can remember this, that is the secret and the key. That means that you, if you are source and you are creator, and you are God consciousness creator, you can materialize your realities into physical form at a light quantum speed and physically bring it into creation. Okay? Alright, so I hope that was able to help you. I will do more programming later on for actual programming for shields for all Starseeds and Indigos and Krystalline children. You won't need it probably in the beginning stages of your Ascension process until you learn how to manage your energetic field, get to know your conscious ship a little bit better, self-mastery of your emotions, and self-mastery techniques. It just takes time, boundaries, knowing your boundaries too as well. Now, the last program I want to do is I'm going to program for the highest of humanity to come forth to see all of my YouTube Starseed Evolution channel videos and to be able to connect to this video, Star Code, Stargate, Mastery School, so they can learn how to open, expand their heart, activate their Merkaba vehicle of light, learn and remember, remove the veils of amnesia, who they are, and they can work in their super quantum computer system and to materialize in a physical form their realities, to be able to raise their vibrational frequencies, expand their consciousness, open their heart, and live new lives in the heaven and earth. So I'm going to activate and fire code and run this and install this and program this now for all to see and to assist and to learn. So I'm Akasha Azurite, and I love you guys very much. I hope you enjoy this level 3